Good evening. My name is Amy Swecker, and my married name is DeGaricia, which is why you will see it all over my wiki. But, anyways, this is my wiki space, and I wanted to welcome you here. I am just going to go through this so that you can see all the different parts to it because there are a lot. The first part here, this is just my intro page. And basically, what this wiki is for, it is for you to find any information about my science and social studies classes. I am an online teacher. I teach 8th grade science and 8th grade social studies. So I'm kind of in a unique situation. So in my wiki space, I have lots of different stuff. Some of it's geared towards social studies, some towards science, and some is a little bit of a mix of both. So, to kind of go through this with you, this is my all about me page. I live in a suburb of Columbus. I am married. That's my husband right there. And I have a little son named Danny. This page says he's 19 months. He's actually almost 22 months. So that's something I will update. I graduated from Bowling Green in December of 2005. I moved to Durham, North Carolina, and taught 6th grade science for about 2.5 years. I actually started in the middle of a school year, finished out the school year, and then taught 2 more years after that. And then I moved back home to Columbus. I taught 7th grade and 8th grade science enrichment, which is actually a 9th grade course, up until this school year. And now I've totally switched gears at teaching at an online school, and it's great because I still get to teach, which is what I want to do, but I get to be home with my baby. So it's really the best of both worlds for me. All right, I am going to go down to my, let me see here, to my lesson plans tabs. Okay, so my technology lesson plans. And these are the lesson plans that I made in my EDTL class, 6120. And these are really, I thought it was a really fun project. It gave me some really great ideas that I'm going to implement in my classroom. And being an online teacher, obviously I'm constantly using technology. So all 5 of these lessons are things that I will really use. So I certainly suggest that you check those out. Also, I have some classroom content in here for you. First one is the daily schedule. Now, this is our daily Illuminate schedule. And Illuminate is the program that we use at the online school. And it is just the program where we do our live teaching. And so you can see when science and social studies are, math, language arts, homework help, and etc. Also, I have our grading scale, which of course is very important to all students. And this just shows you that we run a 93 as an A, well, as A minus or A plus, 90 really to 100 is an A, and so on and so forth. 80 to 89 is a B, 70, 79 is C, etc. See, I also have Um, this is I teach on Team 88, and this is just our welcome letter. And it just kind of explains that we are an enrichment team. It is basically the students are going to be earning high school credit by being on our team. So it's a really kind of a cool thing. Also, something important for kids, social activities outside of ECOT. There's lots of different options for the kids to socialize. A lot of parents worry that being in an online school, they're going to be isolated, but that's not the case at all. There's lots of different field trips. I went on a field trip to the zoo this year. They're all over Ohio, especially in the fall and spring. A little harder to find in the winter. And there's also great things like the Power of the Pen Club, math counts, and then there's an ECOT Facebook page, but then there's also something set up for ECOT high schoolers, and it's kind of like their own Facebook where they can socialize. Okay. What else do I have? Okay, I also have just a quick overview of what we're going to be learning in physical science in second quarter. So I teach a ninth grade physical science course to my eighth grade students. So this quarter, we are going to be covering the history of chemistry, elements, compounds, ions, and isotopes, patterns in the periodic table, chemical bonds, RX types, balancing chemical equations, mixtures and solutions, pH, and nuclear RXNs. And there's a picture of the periodic table, which of course is very, very, very important to us in physical science. So this is actually our chemistry unit that we are working on. Okay, I'm going to switch gears here a little bit, and I want you to see my blog. So under the tabs over here, you'll see blog. It's the third one down. If we click on that, it will take you to my blog. And I have all of my module or my reading responses posted here. So those are fun to just sort of look back and, read a little bit about the articles that I read and find out if maybe that's something that you'd be interested in doing. All right, let's click back here. All right, my Drop It To Me account. If you click it here, all you have to do is enter the password that I give you, and you can turn in anything to me. And this is useful if our Dropboxes in our classroom isn't working. This would be something great to be able to use. All right, Live Binder. I really, really love this. I encourage you to check this out as well. It opens. Okay, so there's my Live Binder. And what I have in here are just a bunch of physical science labs that I think are so great. And as of right now, I can't necessarily use these in my classroom because I am teaching online, but I still love these labs, and they're things I've been using for a long time, and wanted to just have a compilation of all of those in one classroom. In one space. And some of these I actually could use in my classroom, I just haven't yet. Okay, and now going to my Only 2 Clicks page, which you can find down here in the tabs. These are just some websites that I think would be helpful to you. Of course, my wiki being one of them, and always Google. All right, going back. Okay, my wall wisher. This is one of my favorite things. So I decided to do this like a happy birthday type thing. And so these are my students that have birthdays or had birthdays in October. And so all students can go on here and kind of add a little message, tell them happy birthday, drop a picture or a note. So this is a really cool thing. All right, my QR code. There is my QR code. So if you were to scan this with a smartphone, this actually leads you to the activity section of COSI's website. And there's a bunch of really fun games there. And this is something I've used in my online classroom for bonus points for students. Or when they're done with a particular assignment, they can use this QR code, and it takes them right to the website. So it's pretty fun. All right, in addition, start back up top. I have my Glogster page, and I love science cartoons. I love cartoons of all kinds. So when I made my Glogster page, I decided to do it with some funny cartoons that I thought my students would really enjoy, and they do. Go Animate. This is another thing. I just had a lot of fun with a lot of these. Okay, so my Voki, it kind of cracked me up. I did sort of the colonies versus, for my Go Animate, I did like the colonies versus England, like pre-Revolutionary War, because that's what I was teaching at the time. And then my Voki is just like kind of reminding the students and giving them some pointers on things. Okay. All right, my Wordle, this is something else I thought was pretty cool. Okay, so here's my Wordle. And at this time, I was teaching scientific method. So I just put in a bunch of different scientific method words that I had been teaching that week, and this is what I came up with. So I thought it was awesome. actually, I believe, to correct myself, I believe I took a paragraph from a textbook. I think that's what I did. And this is what it gave me. So, and I showed this to my students, and they loved it, and they all wanted the website, and made fun wordles with their names and stuff like that. Okay, I have some internet links. There are 5 internet links there, 2 for science, 3 for social studies. Just links that I thought that my students would really enjoy, and their parents as well. Some are fun games that have to do with science or social studies, and others are purely content. But either way, I think those are fun ones for them to see. Okay, moving on. Another thing I have here are some YouTube videos. Of course, Bill Nye the Science Guy is science, and I'm Just a Bill is Schoolhouse Rock for social studies. 2 of these are, or both of them are 2 of my favorite videos to show my students. And even 8th graders love Bill Nye and love Schoolhouse Rock because it's just fun, and it's a good way. It's an easy, or it's a simple way to learn some of that content. Next, I'm going to go to my survey. This is a bullying survey. Basically, bullying isn't just a huge problem within the walls of a brick and mortar school. It's also a big problem in our online school. So I've had students take this bullying survey, and I've been really shocked and just amazed by their responses. All right, and I also have my science calendar here. Nothing on it right now. I do need to update it for November. But this is just an interactive calendar where I can plug in anything that I have due or just want to share with the students. And I've actually used this quite a bit. Okay, so I think I've gone through everything here on my wiki page. I think it's very, it's a great way to add some additional student interaction, because especially in a traditional classroom, because some kids are just painfully shy and don't want to ask questions. But if you give them access to a wiki space like this, they can send you messages, they can ask questions, and maybe just makes it a little bit easier on those kids. For my students, it's just a way for them to get more information, get to know me a little bit better. My anticipated student impact on that is just that the students would get to know me better, get to learn or understand and learn the content that I'm teaching a little bit better. And also for parents, it's a great way for parents to figure out what we're learning and send me messages or feel that they're able to contact me in another way besides through their student's online teaching account. For the future, I would like to get this a little bit better organized. That is one of my goals. And also possibly create a science wiki and a social studies wiki. So possibly maybe having 2 different wikis for my students to access to kind of keep things a little bit more organized. Other than that, that's about it. I did have at least the 5 pictures and images. And sort of didn't point those all out exactly, but they're definitely on there. I think that's all. Thank you so much for watching, and I've really enjoyed this class this quarter, and I wish you the best.